Good evening. Happy Kwanzaa, everybody. It's your girl back again. I wanted to quickly touch base on chemicals and how they affect us. And I don't think we know, especially most of the populace, but I want to talk to my people. And I just think that it's imperative, y'all, to get out here and start really reading things. For yourselves. Please do not rely heavily on what you're being told, either by the media or statistics and things like that. Even people that get on videos and talk, do your own research. You kind of take the meat from the bone because it's a lot of you got to understand that there are a lot of people who have investments in these particular foods and products and fragrances and things like that, so you have to watch who's supporting what, who is um, helping to fund, or or who sits on what board, or whatever, as far as these statistics and who's running these tests and things like that. I personally have suspicions on how the Food and Drug is like Food and Drug Administration, like food and drugs. I just, are you putting drugs in the food? But anyway, so I was listening to NPR the other day, and I urge you. That's Minnesota Public Radio, and I urge everyone to, if you have time, I would say listen to the whole hour, but if you listen to the first 15 minutes, it just floored me. It touches on the chemicals in our bodies, babies being born pre-polluted, and it also touches on some of this, talk as far as, the increase of black males, especially being effeminate, or wanting to be feminine. And for me, that's just like, it's not, you know, even I feel like, regardless of my lifestyle, I can still look at things and I'm like, there is something, and I notice patterns. There's something wrong with there. It's not that there are more men wanting to be gay, but there are more men that are wanting to be women in our community. It's like there's more. It's not gay. There's no one sees that there is an increase of everybody wants to be a female. So anyway, so I'm gonna just read you a little blurb. The title, I strongly suggest, if you can't watch the whole thing, definitely watch the first. I mean, not watch, but listen to the first 15 minutes. I'm just going to read you a little something. It says International Federation of Gynecology said that every woman, a pregnant woman in this country, has at least 43 different chemical contaminants in her body. Okay, babies are being born pre-polluted, and the chemical exposures linked to two major health crises that we are having, which are diabetes and obesity. So, you know, um, in this, and I'm not going to go too far into it, but she had mentioned, it was Dr. Tracy Woodruff and Dr. David O. Carpenter that was on the show. And the title is Chemicals Contaminating Our Bodies. And I just they touched on the fact, they were saying that basically, things that we use on a daily basis, things that we're using, they wouldn't name specific products, but it was like daily things that we're using are affecting our health, are causing these cancers. They named cancers, diabetes, obesity, and they also said that being that pregnant women are subjected to these chemicals that we are on a daily, that we it is causing um um I'm sorry. It's causing blockers, because I don't remember the technical term, but as far as, for example, in males, it can block the testosterone in male fetuses and increase, block or inhibit or make them not imbalanced. and then may increase more estrogen levels depending on what the chemical is or what the food product is or what have you, because there's chemicals in food too. So, and then the lady went on to say something to the fact of, well, the mediator said, who's majorly affected by this, and in so many words, they were like, okay, people that are, near freeways, people who live, basically black, and then they named black people. And the carpenter guy, he had said something to the fact of, what is happening, is that it's making males want to play instead of playing with. And he said this: instead of wanting to play with guns, they want to play with dolls. Okay, so that is a concern, y'all. And that was just a little tidbit of information on the topic. Again, the article or the you're gonna have to be able to download it because it's like an MP3, so you're gonna have to listen to it. So because it's a podcast, chemicals contaminating our bodies. Now, one thing that you guys I think a lot of people do not really realize, that there are anything that you put on your skin or in your body has some type of chemical in it. They were even talking about the fragrances. A lot of these fragrances that they, flavor enhancers and fragrances that they do not specify with regards to the ingredients on the bottles and stuff like that, and these perfumes and whatnot, and these soaps and stuff and whatever. They're saying that they're not even, they're not disclosing this stuff, and these are some of the things that are causing us issues. Anything that you put on your body, lotion, soap, all that stuff, that that has certain chemicals, carcinogens can be cancerous. So we eat well, honey. 2016, you go into restaurants, I'm seeing parasites and Popeyes chicken, rats and cigarette butts and all this stuff. You know what? You don't have to eat there. Just learn how to cook. Just learn, you can take a food show on YouTube, anything, and just take the recipe and cook. Yes, we work, and I work 40 plus hours. And you have time with your kids. You got to take your kids places, and, they got camp and this and that and this practice and that practice. But, do it on the weekend, figure out a way. But we need to pay more attention to what we put on our bodies and what we put on our bodies. You have the media, you have this society, you buy this fragrance, buy this entertainer, or this person. And you don't know what the fuck is in it. And it's killing you softly with his song, okay? It's just killing you, slowly killing you. And it's, and I've always said, like, a lot of these cancer organizations are sham. It's like cancer research. Y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. If y'all have all this money, you have all this technology, you mean to tell me you couldn't come up with this 10, 20 years ago? And you have to think about it. I'm thinking, like, when they first brought all this stuff on the scene, all this fake food, GMOs and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure their take to the public was, hey, we can cure hunger. People are still hungry. We have fake food and people are still hungry. There's people still starving. There's fake food. There should not be no reason why there are starving people in places. So it's like, what was the reason for you to create this fake food if it wasn't to feed people? Is it to kill people because, for profit, or something else that's more malevolent? You have to start questioning, start thinking for yourself, people. And on that note, I'm out.